Hi everyone, it's our special Christmas in July event this evening. So we thought we would go live and give you a chance to see what we've done to the house and what we've got planned with some of our foods and gorgeous gin cocktail for the night. So I'm standing outside where it's absolutely freezing. Melbourne people know what I'm talking about. We decided to do something a little bit different out the front here, and we've gone with a balloon garland, which we've never done before. I'd never made it before. Really easy, just followed the YouTube videos of all the clever balloon people out there, and thought that was a bit eye-catching in the front of the house. So I'm going to let Luke is helping me with the camera, and I'm going to let him go into the house and have a bit of a look around, and then we'll tell you what we've done. Okay, so it's a really special night where we've got some staff and some of our clients coming, so we thought it was a great chance to dress the house and show you a few of the tips of what we've done. So what am I going to start with? I'm going to start by showing you our front room. So what we did here is created this gorgeous garland. You'll see with everything that's in the house we've used lots of lights, and the one thing I find with a lot of our clients is they love this wow effect, but we're trying to get it with not enough light. So the garland lights are nice and close together, and they give you a really beautiful ambience. We've simply added a number of balls in our red, white and green colour theme. A central point with the larger size balls, they're 15 centimetre size. And that gives you a beautiful frame to our front living room. We've kept that quite simple. We've got the same colouring as the garland, and our gorgeous you got that? Nutcracker in there is one of the new pieces for this year, which we borrowed from our supplier, which we all want. All the staff are buying him. He's stunning. And the new stockings that we've got on there as well. I've forgotten to put the lantern. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Okay, so what we're also doing today is we're going to have a dessert bar, which is a s'mores bar. And we thought this is a really simple but effective Christmas in July dessert option. Obviously, a lot of people in America use this all the time. Actually, I'm going to just stop there and make sure everyone's hearing us okay, Zoe? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to stay out of shot as much as I can because it's all about the decorations and the food for tonight. So what we've done with this s'mores bar is we've got fuel, which are actually, they're the little pots of heat that they put under bain-maries at restaurants and so forth. They're about $3 a pop. These are ethanol based. Be really careful, you don't want to buy methanol. That's right, isn't it? Because they are, you don't want food going on those. And so we've simply put them in some wooden containers we bought from Kmart. They're about $7 a pop, stones around them, and created a gorgeous little s'mores bar area. We're actually going to take all the heat away from this bench because I don't want the house burning down, and we're going to actually have it going on the kitchen bench after we've finished our cocktails today. As you can see, marshmallows are ready to go. S'mores are basically marshmallows and bickies, and then you can be as elaborate after that as you want. So we don't have the, they call in America the graham biscuit. We don't have any of them that we can find in Australia, so we've got thin biscuits as much as we possibly could, keeping everything thin because you don't want the biscuit overtaking the flavour of the marshmallow. Gorgeous gingerbread biscuits also on there from the ginger mill. And the gingerbread garland, you can see they're real gingerbread men on the front table here, which just looks so sweet. And finally, for anyone who wants a bit of a chocolate or caramel flavour, we've just got Nestle caramel jars and also some Nutella that people can spread onto the biscuits. Decorations, we've got a wreath up the top with our gorgeous elf marshmallows, of course, some battery lights in there just to give it a bit of, finish it off nicely. And then we've got a gorgeous sleigh, which again, for Christmas in July is just perfect. And this is again one of the new pieces coming in this year. The ticking is really big for us in 2019, so you'll see a lot more of that coming into the store. Okay, so next I wanted to just show you a simple trick that we quite often do. We get a lot of people saying to us they can't get a finished look when they're putting their decorations together. So what you want to do is create an entire collection of decorations. So we've used a large dome, battery lights. We all love the Patience Brewster deers and elves, and a simple little green tree at the back. And then we have a major feature piece which is the main item that we've got on this table for tonight. Really easy to do. All right, let's go down to our grazing table. So, I hope you think that looks pretty amazing. We loved it. We didn't want to overdo it with decorating on this table because we wanted the food to speak, and the colours on the food just look so amazing. So we went with the forest effect with our twig trees, the 4 twig trees, simple garland at the back, bit of bling. It's nice to have on the table runners. Got a little bit of shine on there, which is fantastic. And otherwise, it's down to the food. So what I thought I'd do is introduce Catherine, who's going to come into shop with me. So Catherine's been working on this with me, newest staff member.
Yes.
Yeah, and her past life was a cake maker and event planner, so knows all about this. So I'm going to let Catherine explain what we've done and how you made the food.
Thanks, Nicole. So we've decided to show you some really great ways to start your antipasto grazing, starting with a Christmas tree. So instead of just plonking everything as you normally would for your grazing table, we decided to show you some fantastic Christmas-inspired options. For the Christmas tree, we've just used some beautiful fresh rosemary as a base and really tried to spread that out to enhance the spur of the tree. And then all you need to do is just layer up your little morsels of goodness. We've got some Greek feta, some cabana sausage, some little peppers, some Jarlsberg cheese, some beautiful Italian salami, Greek olives, and we finished it off with a little star on the top, which you can just use one of your Christmas cutters for your cookies to cut a piece of cheese. Then we've got a wreath over here as well. This is really easy to put together. You literally just pile it all up. So nice and easy. It's great to mix it up and use some beautiful quality produce. We've got grapes and sun-dried tomatoes, a few different olives. Pretzels are fantastic. Nuts are really great to put in there. And then, of course, we've put the stars on there to really enhance the Christmas feel. And again, with a fresh rosemary to make it purposely look like a wreath. Our wonderful friends at Four Cousins Supermercato in Parkdale have supplied us with exquisite delicacies that are all imported from Italy or Greece. We've also done another wreath for something a little bit different and a bit fresher. This is our take on the classic Italian caprese salad, which is generally just sliced tomato, basil, and bocconcini mozzarella. And we've decided to use the smaller morsels, put them together with some cute little picks, and just arrange them around a round platter. And then you have another wreath, and it's kind of nice because we like how they're balancing the table really nicely. We've drizzled that with a little balsamic vinegar as well. Then we've just got a big, giant, gorgeous piece of French creamy brie. We've drizzled it with some honey and put some lovely muscatels on there. It just looks very inviting. We've made some little tarts that are so easy to put together. We've just used pre-purchased tart shells. We've put some feta cheese, some caramelised onion jam straight out of a jar, some nuts on there, and we've mixed a little egg and cream, poured it in, and basically it's like a little quiche tart. It's perfect. So for dessert, if anyone's brave enough to break it, we've got these spectacular gingerbread houses that have been made by the Ginger Mill, exclusively for us tonight. We also sell these in our store. And then we're finishing the night off with a beautiful vanilla reindeer cake. And we've adorned the top with some fresh flowers because we do like using a little fresh floral at Christmas time. And that's our grazing. So we're going to have a look at the tree with Fiona now.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay, I'm going to introduce Fiona. For those who don't know her, Fiona is our store manager and visual merchandising. We do it all together. We worked on this setup on Wednesday together, which was sensational. So I thought it was great to have Fiona explain what we've been doing out here. So I'm going to hand over.
Hi everyone, I'll talk about our tree, which is the Cambridge tree that we sell, one of our most popular trees. At the start it's put up and there is currently about 700 lights used in this tree. We've done the top of the tree this time with some picks elegantly rather than a tree topper. We've decided to go with that. We've also threaded through the tree this time, quite deep and soft, the ribbon. It's gone in and out, and we've used two types of ribbon, a blue and a red, to go with our Hamptons theme. We chose this theme because it goes with all the furniture that is currently in the room, which I think you can do at home, bring the colours that are in your room into your tree. The other things we've done with this is put some poinsettias in, which we all love and we've used year in, year out. But to add to this year, we've popped in a few, I'll just show you, roses. We've never used them before, but this year they're quite popular, quite big. They were quite big overseas, so you just need to pop those in. The other things that you can see on the tree are all new seasons things. We don't have a lot of them at the moment. We've just got our samples, so we've got a big disc. And you shouldn't be afraid to use big things on your tree because they're actually great at filling. Tartan was great this year. Rather than the traditional green and red, we've gone Hamptons, which is blue, which is just beautiful. And then all the ginger sort of pieces, the blue and white, and our new balls that we've got this year, our new ball packs have all come in and they are divine and they were great to work with. Let me tell you, wiring them and putting them on the tree was a delight. Didn't fall, they were great. The other thing I can suggest to you is then from the tree, walk into your room, and we've placed ginger jars on the table, matching the tree. And again, I've used roses in those. And to pull it all together, we just simply put a tray with mixed coloured balls, just the little fairy lights through it, which are great to decorate with. Lit a wreath, put a candle. Really simple, but finishes off elegant. A touch of Christmas on the chair with a joy cushion. So that then pretty much completes your lounge room. And then we'll move across over to this beautiful wreath here. Again, it's done in the colours that we've used. We've just done the top of the wreath decorated, otherwise it kind of looks a little bit too much. Again, we've used the roses blending in with our tree, and that's got about, it's got about 400 lights in that, and it is always great. We're always too shy with lights. Lights make everything. I can't tell you how important it is to light everything heavily. So that's lit. The garland's lit as well, and that's got 200 garland lights in. As you can see, garland lights are a lot closer together than a tree light, so it's more effective. So we've done that, and underneath the table, to finish it off, really simple, is two jars, which have got pots that have got filled with poinsettias. A really easy trick, and they will last all season because, of course, they're artificial. So have a look at that amazing work, and that was also helped with Trish at the store, so that was great. Other than that, I'll hand you back to Nicole and she can continue with what's happening in the kitchen.
Okay, so I've just lost Zoe for a sec, but I know there was one question from earlier on. Jodie asked if the dome was for sale. That's actually Catherine's dome. We are going to look for some domes when we're at the gift fair. Yep. So watch this space on that one. I don't know if there's any other questions there, Zoe, that I need to answer. Well, I've got to say, this is my favourite bit because I get to enjoy this all the time, but this is a real buzz for us. So I've got Dan and Chris from Noble Bootleggers Distilling, who we came across because of their Christmas pudding gin. I mean, you know, goes together, doesn't it? So we thought it would be fantastic if we could work together on a gin cocktail for tonight, which has been called the My Christmas Yuletide Sour. Got to taste one earlier, it was pretty good. So I'm going to hand over to Dan and Chris to talk us through how you make that. And and then if you've got any questions on the cocktails as well, please feed them through so that we can get them answered while we've got our experts with us.
Okay, so basically the first thing that you have to do is grab a martini coupe, something like that, and we have rimmed it with a vanilla and cinnamon sugar. So basically just grab that from the local supermarket, pop it into a container to give it a mix around, and then you just rim the glass with lemon or lime wedge to get it wet, and then you just tap it around to get that nice effect. along there. It also helps when you're drinking a cocktail that has egg white in there, that it sort of gives the extra aroma and extra element to the cocktail. Okay, so what we have to do is grab our Christmas pudding gin. We are pouring 30 mils in. Now you can make it as strong or as weak as you want to, but for the size of glass that we have today, we're just going to do a 30 ml nip pour.
And we are going to share this recipe also, so everyone knows. So that'll go onto the Facebook feed later. So
Okay, and then we have some homemade vanilla sugar syrup, which is some fresh vanilla beans and sugar and water, and this is cooked down. So we're going to put in 20 mils of that. Now the bits in there are the flavour, okay? So that is all just little chunks of vanilla all through that. So it just makes, to give the extra flavour for that. Okay, then we're going to put in 10 mils of lime juice, just to sort of cut through the sweetness a little bit. And then finally, my assistant can get me some egg white. That would be lovely.
I have some in the fridge.
Okay, and then we're going to pour in 30 mils of egg white. Now you don't have to do a big monster jug that we've done, but you can sort of just crack it and put it in yourself.
Can I ask you a question? What does the egg white do? Is it decorative or sort of flavour? Both.
It's more about the consistency of the cocktail, so
Okay.
it sort of gives it a nice creamy sort of velvety mouthfeel. It's not so much a flavour that it imparts, it's more just a consistency. It's a, you know, beautiful fluffy cocktails,
Great.
you know, the way to go. So in order to make it nice and fluffy, we are going to, what we do with the shake, we pop it in, we don't put any ice in it to begin with, we're just going to pop the lid on and give it a shake. Now that's referred to as dry shake. So we do that so that we can emulsify the egg together to get it nice and fluffy. This is the trick that the bartenders at the bar will not tell you, but I'll tell you all the tips and secrets. Okay. Alternatively, you can, if you're wanting to do quite a lot en masse, you can use like milkshake baker to give it a quick blitz on there. But it's entirely up to you what you're doing. Okay. Once we've done that, we're going to grab some ice, which I've popped into a different one. Pop that in, and then we're going to give it a really good hard shake to make sure that it's all mixed through and diluted. You know it's ready when it starts to frost up on the side of the thing, so you don't overtake it. Oh, if I can get the damn thing out. Anyway, the beauty of television. Okay. And then we're just going to pour it in.
And I forgot to mention while Chris is serving that, that the gin pudding actually won the silver medal in the latest Australian Distillers Spirits Awards. So yeah, it's a pretty damn good drop, I've got to say.
There we go. So there's the My Christmas Yuletide Salad.
Thank you.
There we go.
I have the best job in the world. Cheers everyone, I'll be back in a sec. I'll just have a quick drink. Oh, it's so yummy. So it's just beautifully balanced. Thank you. I'll enjoy another one when I'm off camera. So, any more questions that we've got? A couple of questions that come in.
Vicky Toronto, are you selling the trees on the grazing table and the elves as well?
Yes, yes we are. The elves are new this year. Trees are coming in. In fact, the trees, hopefully we're getting, they've been lost in transit somewhere. We managed to get forward tonight. But yes, they look sensational.
Michelle Borg has asked, how do you attach the ribbon on the Hampton tree?
We just tied it on with wire at the top of the tree. So if we come in here, you can, I don't know if you can sort of see, we've just tied it around the top of the branch, and then from there it's not attached at all. We've just pushed it into the tree and out, and pushed it quite deeply into the tree and used the branches of the tree to hold it into place. As I said, I've got the best job in the world. Thanks everyone for joining us. We're looking forward to a fun evening. We'll get a few more snaps and send them through on our stories later. But if you've got any questions, or if you're watching this later, we will come back to the feed. Not tonight. We will come back to the feed tomorrow and answer any questions that you've got. So thanks for joining us.